So now we're on our 5th character, Switch. This guy has quite a lot to him, so if you're looking to become a Switch player, I would listen very carefully, because this guy's a bit obnoxious. So, alright, this is Switch, Robot Man, you know, he's got a skateboard, he's got that deep lore, everything that a man could ever ask for a waifu. So this is Switch's smash angle. Pretty good smash angle. She was the only one with a double jump in the first game, that is correct. Everyone else had 1 jump while she had 2, and now everyone has 2 jumps and she has 3. So, here we have Switch's smash angle, pretty good. Nothing too special. Here we have Switch's ground down angle. This one's a pretty complex one. Can be kind of hard to read. You know, pretty scary stuff. But, I did that by accident. So, pretend that never happened. Here's Switch's up angle. If you notice, it actually goes up and behind him. Just like in the first game. You know, nothing really new. But, you know, pretty fancy angle. He's got some good stuff to him. That angle specifically is very strong in tandem with his ground down angle, which is, again, this one. And then here is his air down angle, same as his smash angle. Still a very good angle. So now we're going to get into Switch's Dairs. Straight down, of course, nothing new. We have forwards. And then we have backwards. They are the exact same. So, while he has a lot of unique neutral angles, his Dair angles, while they are a very good mix-up to use in tandem with his neutral angles, they, well, they are both the exact same, and they are fairly easy to read, so, it kind of depends on the situation where you use it, whether or not it will do some good stuff. But, that being said, we're going to get into Switch's very interesting special. So Switch has a multitude of ways he can use his special. In the first game, there were 3 ways to use it. In this game, there are 4. There's actually a new 4th way that is probably the easiest way to use Switch's special, and that's pretty simple. All you do is you hit the ball, and then you press swing again. He does a switch flip. This angle look familiar? It's his ground down angle. So that's a pretty complex pattern, don't you think? Because I certainly think so. It can be a pain in the ass to catch. This is definitely Switch's strongest angle. Definitely makes him single-handedly a candidate for a very strong character. As you can see, I can barely even catch it. Another way that Switch can activate his special is a little bit different. So in the first game, if you pressed jump and then pressed jump a second time while you were in midair, Switch would throw out his skateboard to do his special. However, Switch now has a double jump when he does that, so that's not really the case anymore. So how the hell do you special with Switch then, if they got rid of it? Because I'm pressing, you can hear I'm mashing jump right now, and it's not doing it. Well, they moved it to the taunt button, which, you know, why would they do that? I actually forgot that reset the ball speed, but I can show it anyway. So if I jump in the air and I taunt, I actually can still switch flip. Let me just build up ball speed again. It'll take 2 seconds. And there we go. So, yeah. So now Switch has this new thing that he can do with his special, where if he presses the taunt button, he can actually throw out the switch flip. Well, what happens if I hit the ball with it? You get that same switch flip angle. Pretty cool. Another really solid mix-up Switch has, because he can do something like this, where, oh no, the ball, where is it going? I have no idea where it's going. I'm gonna stand in this specific position and try and catch. Oh wait, now I'm dead, because Switch. So that's a very solid mix-up that Switch can use at his disposal at any time, as long as he has the meter for it. Was a very common way to use it in the first game. That has not changed. It's still very strong. So the third way that we can activate Switch's special, I call this one the crouch flip. This was also in the first game. What you do is when the ball is near you on the floor, you just hold down and then you press the taunt button. And you'll get that same sort of switch flip that you would if you did it while in midair. It's just you can do it on the ground as well. So that's a pretty neat way to activate Switch's special. Be careful. If you press taunt too early, either before jumping or before crouching, you will taunt. So, and you'll probably die. So, the fourth and final way to activate Switch's special is probably the most complicated, but the most rewarding one. So what I do is, so Switch has like 2 smash sprites, if you will, when he's hitting the ball. This is one of them. This is not the sprite you want. This one right here, that is not the special you want. If you do that, you will get the first switch flip that I demonstrated. You can only send it in front of you if you do it that way. If you do this switch flip, the ball will only go in front of you. If you do the other 2 switch flips, I can actually send it, in front, or I can send it behind me. However, those both only increase the ball speed by 1. If you switch flip in a neutral hit, you'll increase the ball speed by 1, and if you activate the switch flip, it'll increase it by 1 a second time. So 2 ball speed. Same with the crouch flip. I can send it behind me as well, and I already showed you forwards. So the fourth one, when I get this sprite, this gives me the first method of switch flip. However, there's another sprite that I can do where I can actually, you see this overhead sprite? It's kind of hard to notice, but you see how it's above me like that? So I actually, what I do is, when I'm in that sprite, it used to be that you pressed jump during this time, you just press swing. Whoops, that's the wrong one, sorry. So I just do this. And I can send this either in front of me or behind me. And I will still get the same switch flip angle. This is a very, very powerful move. Definitely Switch's strongest move, commonly referred to as the quick flip for its speed, as you could guess. Switch has a double jump, just like everyone else. And he has pretty good, he's pretty good air mobility. You know, nothing too huge, but definitely pretty solid. He can make it up to the top of the stage, and his main method of movement up high, though I wouldn't say it's the greatest thing in the world, you can ride up the wall. So that's pretty fun. You know, nothing really stellar about it, but it's a thing you can do. And a neat thing you can do with it, actually, is you can actually double jump and you can cling back onto the wall. You can actually let go and get back on if you press it fast enough as well. If I release and get back on, I can do that, and then I can double jump and do it again. So that's a pretty cool thing. I don't believe it is, Coda. Let me check. Nope, it is not. Whiffed charges do not have that weird storage glitch anymore, so it will still only increase the ball speed by 1. I also believe that this is no longer in the game. Yeah, you can't do that anymore. But I can do, whoops. I can do a new thing, where I actually can show it with Doombox. I did find some tech that I discovered a while ago with Doombox. But yeah, that's Switch. A lot of people don't really understand his special at all, well, they don't really understand it very well, if at all, I should say. But I hope that this taught you a thing or two about him, because he's actually a really insane character with a lot of options off his special. So, yeah.